Oh man, so a huge day for Bitcoin, up 7%, and I've just taken my next position, which I'm going to share with you. I've also got one warning, because maybe, just maybe, this position is taken a little bit prematurely. Let's get straight into the charts, and as you guys can see, if you want to take any of these trades, you can do so using BYBIT or BitGet, links in the description. But we're getting a breakout here on the hourly chart for Bitcoin. I'm going to explain to you why I took my long position, but also the fact that I'm human, so I could be taking a little bit of a risk here, which I'm also going to be sharing with you. Now, when you take a look at this on the hourly chart, you can see we have got the breakout. We had decent volume, but this is where I'm taking a little bit of a shortcut, because I'd want to see more volume coming in here on the hourly chart for the breakout. But nonetheless, this is a good move. We've seen we've got wicked out at these levels before and have fallen down, but here the only difference is we have now held up our fifth hourly candle here since the breakout, which is a positive news. So I've taken a long position out on BYBIT. You guys can join me, links in the description. If you're not an experienced trader, you can use the free bonus and don't have to risk any of your funds in order to take this move. Now, what are my concerns? Well, let's just zoom out a little bit, and I want to show you what the story was for those who weren't familiar. Now, for you guys, you know I've been saying for a while, this is a bear flag, and this can continue to play out to the downside. The only way we nullify the bearish tendencies and the bearish feeling we have is if we break this green line, and it's really exciting now because we are officially breaking that line. So this break on this daily candle is going to make me turn slightly bullish here in the shorter to medium term, okay? Now, I'm not going to jump in straight away and say that, and the reason for that is because you can see this is the first daily candle, okay? So the day's still got 14 hours left. Now, you don't want this day to finish like this day. Look at this daily candle here. This daily candle wicked back down and came back down and finished back in the wedge, and then you saw we fell back to the downside. Now, hopefully this doesn't happen. I've obviously taken a small long trade, and I want to ladder that position in. But in order to be patient, how you technically want to play this move is you're not in a rush. On the daily chart, you've got a candle playing out here, which if this comes in with good volume, keep in mind, the volume is not great here. I repeat, the volume here is not great here. Now, that volume can come in later in the day. We still got 14 hours left, so let's see that volume come in. If this becomes a skyscraper candle, if this becomes bigger than the regular candles in the vicinity, and we confirm them, close this in green, and we open up tomorrow, that is a far better, safer, better risk to reward trade to enter in at that point, okay? So I've YOLO'd in a little bit just because I'm human and I wanted to get in on the hourly trade. I just want to be completely open with you so you guys can see that I'm just a normal human as well. I place these trades as well. And what you can see now is once we do get through this level, things start to get exciting. But I do want to see us, one, do what just happened, do what I've just explained there, and then I want to see us work towards 24. If we can get through 24, guys, things get very, very exciting, because like I said yesterday, there's a lot of confluence around this level where there's a whole bunch of different resistances coming into play. I want to show you a few of those. Let me get a clean chart, and what you can see, that one's not clean, this one's a little bit more cleaner. Let's just quickly get rid of some of my musings here on these arrows. And what we want to see is there's a bunch of different confluences coming into play at the same level. So if I bring out the Bollinger Bands, this is really, really important, guys. Look at this. We're getting a test of the Bollinger Band. Again, we had that test before, so okay? So I don't want you guys to get wrecked too early. We've seen this play out before. I just want to zoom in so everybody understands what I'm saying. This is not me being bearish. This is me being very cautious, okay? In this very candle, this candle would have looked exactly like the day playing out here. A really strong day. Looked like we were breaking out from the Bollinger Band. Looked like we were getting some good strength. And then the bears finished on top during that day. So I do want to wait for confirmation. And that is why the right way to do this technically would be to wait for your next green candle to post tomorrow after this 14 hours for your longer term position. So the fact that you're getting a breakout here on the Bollinger Band to the upside normally indicates a really big explosive move. So if we do get the close above the Bollinger Band, that is really, really good. If you look here, when the Bollinger Band contracts, it shows that you're heading for a big volatility move. And we got that here because we broke it to the downside. It got a big move to the downside. Similarly, the time beforehand, right? We got a breakdown to the downside, big volatility move. If we keep going back, let's find our last big move to the upside, and you'll be able to see that you get a close above the Bollinger Band and then a nice move to the upside. Close above the Bollinger Band after a constriction and then a nice move to the upside. So it's setting up nicely here on the Bollinger Band. The other thing I wanted to show you, which I shared with you yesterday, was the VPVR. This is a critical level of volume we're playing with right here, okay? So if I just pop me out of the way, you can see there's a critical level of volume. If we can clear this level, if we can clear beyond that 22,700 level, things start to become more exciting. This now becomes thinly traded, and because we fell so quickly to the downside, I generally believe a long position can quickly get you back up to the line of control, up towards 29,000, 30,000. So you don't want to miss that opportunity. It's definitely a trade I want to take, which is one of the reasons I'm jumping in. Now, I do have a tight stop loss. I am still wary that we're still in this channel until we close this daily candle outside of the channel and get that clear breakout, okay? So that's really, really important. The other reason we're getting a bit of confluence around this important level is the EMA ribbon. Now, you guys remember, I said we are running into resistance on this EMA ribbon. We are, and you can see we're pushing through that resistance now. But again, let's zoom in, and you'll see again that that key level is 24. Because if we can get to 24 after this breakout from the channel, then we can flip our EMA ribbon bullish, and that could set us up for a really big move thereafter. So this is really exciting now. If we can work our way from 22 to 24, and then after 24, this trade becomes much more safer because you can run that up because you would have flipped your EMA ribbon bullish there on that chart, okay? So those are the bullish tendencies. Now, what are my bearish situations? Well, we need to remember, like I said on this candle, we can get thrown back in. We could have a weak volume day, and we can end up coming back in to this channel, which is not what we want to do, right? We don't want to end this day red and then start falling back down towards the channel. So technically, you want to wait for a confirmation candle, and then you can take this long here. Okay, now if you're trading on smaller time frames like I did, I entered on the hourly, but like I said, that was a bit of FOMO. I'm going to admit that was a bit of FOMO. The volume is decent, right? These candles are better than the previous candles. So that's good, and that is why I jumped in on the confirmation here on these candles. But if you want to do this right over the next as a swing trade, if you want to hold the trade for 3, 4, 5 days kind of time, then you really want to be waiting for that daily confirmation on tomorrow's candle. But I know it's difficult, just like I've shown here, when everybody's FOMOing in. You can see fear ingredients still sitting at 20 now. You can see the wider markets, pre-market, are set to open green. We've finally got a little bit of wind behind our backs, and that's feeling a little bit better, a little bit better. I'm not saying that all the woes have now recovered. The macroeconomy is not fixed. Inflation is not fixed. It's not that suddenly companies have started coming out and producing really good earnings and said, oh, we're not heading into a recession, right? All those fears continue to remain, but we can't ignore the technical reaction from Bitcoin here, as you could miss this trade up towards 30,000. Okay, so that's really, really important. Now, if I come onto the weekly chart, let's just head over to here. I do want to show you one more thing as well. And that's if I come onto this weekly chart and I bring out our 200 moving average. Remember, when we were trading on this 200 week moving average, I might need to use... Where is it? This teal colored line here, okay? Excuse the diagram here, but this teal colored line. Now, remember when we lost it? That was a big deal. And now what we're noticing is it could act like resistance. So we need to push through this teal colored line as well. That is sitting at about 22,700. So about $400 away from that, literally as we speak. But we need to get above that 200 week moving average so that we can hold it as support and start moving our way onwards, okay? Looking at this diagram as well, remember, this was the pattern we're seeing now. We're finally getting this huge breakout for trend, which is one of the reasons we can now be bullish. Remember, if I zoom out here, you can see this green line has been holding a downtrend for a considerable period of time, and now you're getting that perfect breakout. Again, you want to see the volume come in. We're seeing a little bit of volume coming. We're going to see this nice breakout of this trend, and this could potentially be a very, very nice trade up towards these levels, up towards 30,000, okay? So very important time in the market, guys. And for those of you who are just looking for a direction, you're on the wrong channel. This channel is all about managing your risk, being prepared for downside, but also being prepared for sideways time and upwards time. We need to be prepared for whatever the situation is. If you're looking for a moon boy, very, very important, this is not the channel. There are plenty of other channels there that will always be a perma bear. There are also plenty of other channels there who are always taking leverage long positions. You guys know where to find those. If those are the channels you want, they're the ones to head to. But this channel is about pragmatism. When I'm seeing the market in a bear flag, I will hold my position. When I see it breaking in the bullish scenario, I will enter a long position. If I see us breaking to the downside, I'm going to get ready to buy the dip. Very, very simple. Nothing complicated there, but that is the pragmatic, sustainable way of investing in crypto. So if you appreciate these updates, guys, smash up the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to check out BYBIT and BitGet, links in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.